In 1965, a skinny lad walked into the Tigers Punt Road headquarters and asked for a trial.
When I first met him, I just wondered who the skinny little kid was. And he looked like, he was like a ferret, you know. He just ran in and out of packs in the under sort of 11s and 13s and under 15s at Tri-Boy Youth Club.
That skinny kid would become the legend known affectionately as Hungry, Kevin Bartlett.
A long kick for goal.
Didn't fumble, had quickness like you wouldn't believe, acceleration, and he would be going just as hard in the last minutes of the game. It was something that God gave him.
Moves the ball over, it's a magnificent.
So what he could do is go pow, and then after even stopping for 1 second, next minute he could go pow again.
When Bartlett had the ball, we knew we were going places. Simple as that.
No, he couldn't mark it nor they had a chance.
Many opposition players would attempt to stop this irrepressible rover over his decorated career of 403 games. But KB was too smart, too fast and too skillful, leading them a merry dance as he amassed 778 goals.
Taken by Bartlett.
He's so enthusiastic getting the ball on the actual playing field, but he wasn't so enthusiastic on the training track.
Chance there for Bartlett, he can't pick it up. He's under pressure, has a chance now.
He keeps on telling me that he was quality more so than quantity.
Kevin's goal kicking wasn't great early because he always kicked more points than goals. One of the funny things that happened is that Hafey thrown the absolute tripe out of us, the rest of the side. And I remember the whale running around, look at that rotten, greasy little brown-nosed rat, you know. No laugh. It's, come on, well, shut up, let's keep running, Jude, you know. And Kevin will be out there doing his goal kicking practice. When we were out there running, and he never ever broke into a sweat. He never took a towel to train him.
Still going, Bartlett there. He'll kick this. Bartlett hooks it around.
Goals. That's what Hungry loved most of all. Anything from 50 metres. An open invitation to the artful dodger.
Every year he was a leading possession getter, and there wasn't too many hand passes in those possessions, incidentally, because he just didn't believe in why give the ball off to somebody else.
That's the fun of playing footy with Kevin. If you ran past him for a hand pass, keep going, you know, and of course try and get the one that where the ball's going to land, because I can assure you, you're wasting your breath.
And I did read once that he had 13 hand passes for the year, and I damned if I can remember the 13. We used to have a target set up where the players had to put 10 handballs in the bullseye before they can continue with their training. Kevin goes, bang, oh, doesn't it hurt?
Bartlett was Richmond's best and fairest 5 times, leading goal kicker 4 times, and played in the 67, 69, 73, 74 and 1980 Premiership teams. In 1980, he kicked 7 goals in the Tigers' crushing grand final victory over Collingwood and was honoured with the Norm Smith Medal.
It was fantastic when I was coaching the Tigers, but when I was coaching the Maggies, it wasn't so good then. And when the little mongrel ran around and kicked 7 goals in the grand final against us, and he's waving his arms like that every time, I was hoping that he would have been struck by lightning, or Stan Magro or somebody like that.
KB represented Victoria throughout most of his career. 20 appearances for 32 goals.
And not only that, I think he averaged about 24 games every year. What a remarkable effort that was.
And the other thing, like when the game had to be won, he just pulled something extra out. He was just fantastic that way. I can remember when close games come along, he would be the one who would probably get us going or even kick winning goal.
Comes through the card. Bartlett kicks it off the ground.
Bartlett went on to coach Richmond from 88 to 91. But the football fans will never forget the skinny rover, arms pumping in triumph after slotting through another goal for his beloved Tigers.
To me, he was in the greatest ever side in the AFL. When I select my best ever side over a period of time, he is in that side.
He's a lovely person, very humble, absolute champion. I think everybody would agree with that, but he's got time for people. He's a people's person. But I think that's always been his way, incidentally. Yeah, no, he's a definite legend.
We just admired him as much as sometimes we were jealous that we would love to have been as good as him. And not many people want to say that.
KB, a true legend of the AFL.
Thank you very much, and may I say that just recently I was watching a documentary on the Titanic, and the director actually said that 75% of the Titanic was computer generated. It was full of graphics, and I didn't realise that we'd actually got those computer generated graphics here in the AFL, because I don't remember giving any of those handballs either. Tommy Hafey actually said to me in 1966, he said, "Don't get caught up in this new fad called handball. It won't last." And of course I always did as the coach told me to. It's a great honour, and I feel very humbled to be here tonight, because when you look at the people in the Hall of Fame and you look at the legends, I played a period of time with a number of those legends: Lee Matthews and Bob Skilton, Ron Barassi, Polly Farmer, John Nichols. All those legends were at different parts of my career. And as a result, I understand how good they were and what their contributions to the game was, and it was just absolutely fantastic. And growing up, of course, I read a lot about football. I just marvelled at the feats of Jack Dyer and Dick Reynolds and Gordon Coventry's and the Bob Pratts, all members of the legends today. And to be mentioned in their company indeed is a huge honour for me. It's great to see some of the old footage, because it does bring back some great memories, particularly of people that I played with and the Richmond Football Club. And I'm thrilled tonight that some of the people who made my football career and life so enjoyable are here. Francis Burke, the great Francis Burke, a member of the Hall of Fame, who we played 5 premierships together. It was a very, very long journey, and one that we both obviously thoroughly enjoyed. A fantastic player. Royce Hart, who made my job very, very easy, because we had a very simple game plan at Richmond, and that was kick the ball along to Royce and get out of his way. And that worked pretty good. That was Tom Hafey's tactics. Of course, we won 3 premierships, 67, 69 and 73, using that tactic. Kick the ball along to Royce and get out of his way. And I just saw Kevin Sheedy then speaking, and of course it reminds me of the time when Sheedy, I felt, was going to be a coach. Because at the start of 1974, Tom Hafey said, "This is the way we'll be playing this year. Get the ball, kick it long to Royce." And before he could say, "Get out of the way," Kevin Sheedy jumped up and said, "I think we should change our game plan, Tom, because I think the opposition's starting to cotton onto it." And then he tried to be a bit smart by saying something like, "Modellers build intricate decision trees whose pretension to utilities is exceeded only by the awe in which the high-level line managers hold technocrats who construct them." Something along those lines to show that he was quite smart. Of course, Tommy, being the old-style coach and motivator, pulled out the story about Roger Mead coming down from Mount Everest and saying that almost all of us can be formed way above the level that we think we can, just a matter of tapping that desire to climb mountains that's within us all. And Sheedy, of course, taken back by this, spurted out that Voltaire once said that, "I may not agree with what you've got to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." And Tommy, quick as a flash, got sick of that and said, "Sheeds, get you know what and kick it along to Royce." Which we did, and we won the premiership again the following year. Tommy is a marvellous man, and I do thank him for the greatness that he brought to the Richmond Football Club, and being the mentor and the father figure and the great friend that he has been. I can't believe there's ever been a better coach than Tom Hafey. I want to thank the Richmond Football Club, because I spent 26 years of my life at the Richmond Football Club. In days gone by, a little bit different. Probably the best move I ever made was to walk down from a Lennox Street home in Richmond and knock on the door and ask could I have a tryout with the under-17s. And 26 years of my life spent there, marvellous people, met some marvellous characters, and it also gave me the opportunity of meeting some tremendous people throughout my journey in football. To the AFL, I want to thank them for the honour, and also for inviting my family along here tonight, and to the Hall of Fame committee, who I appreciate their thoughts in electing me. I feel very, very proud, very humble, and I thank you all. Thank you.
And joining me now is the wife of our legend, Kevin Bartlett, Denise Bartlett, who saw him pass 100 games, 200 games, 300 games, 400 games. Denise, did you ever think it was going to stop?
No, I actually thought he could go for another season after he retired.
Really?
Yes, I did. I thought he was playing well enough to go another season, but he thought the time had come to hang up his boots, so it was his decision.
Fantastic, I guess, just to look back tonight and to see some of those highlights and those terrible stories that they suggested he only ever produced 13 hand passes.
Well,
That's vicious gossip.
I don't believe that at all. And I think one of the lovely things about tonight was our little 11-year-old was there who never saw Kevin play, and she said, "Oh, Daddy's got hair." She couldn't believe all this hair.
I think on that note, it's a good time to say farewell, Denise. Thank you for your time. To Kevin Bartlett, our latest player to join Australian football's legend elite group. It's a fantastic achievement and one well deserved to one of the game's true.
What